Okay, welcome people to Introspective Interconnection, where we ask introspective questions to our guest every weekend and we connect with normal daily people, normal working people, you can say as well. And of course, we would be amiss if we did not interrogate each other first, me and my co host, Ronian, right here. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Shall we start off the bat or what do you think?
Yeah. Thank you for having me in, and we can start. We are on the roll,
Very well,
so
very well.
yes, we can start that.
Of course, of course. So I was wondering, is there any suppressed feelings that you have or might
Uh,
have, but suppressed in a sense that you try to hold them back or hide from someone?
I think anxiety is one of those feelings that I try to kind of hold back because of day-to-day work and a lot of projects that I have to be in, and the things that I have to work upon, and the things that I have to learn. But I prefer to kind of like call it much more observing those feelings rather than trying to suppress those feelings. So yes, and meditation helps,
And
in that sense.
yeah, and the difference is,
The difference between both of them, you can say, is suppressing is more related to avoiding the feelings, and observing the feelings is much about preventing them. Just trying to sit with them, trying to let them let them pass, let them have some effect, but not in a form of an actionable effect, but in the form of, okay, you can feel those the result of the byproduct of those feelings, but you try not to take control of those feeling on your body. So yes.
is something similar to akin to cooking yourself, like boiling yourself?
uh in a way, yes, you can say that, when those feelings take control, not control, but when those feelings are with you, when you sit with them, they have their effect on you, on your mind, and they try to increase some sort of uh, actions upon you. But when you have that meditation and channeling kind of thing, when you try to introspect them, when you try to listen to them, when you try to find a solution out of it, maybe I would not say actually solution, but more about, working with them, in a way, working with them, that why these feelings are coming, what you can do about it or what you cannot do about it. So yeah, I mean, uh, following that path, following that process helps uh, uh, to to suppress them, in a way, you can say, or to completely erase them, not completely, but in a way uh, you can work with them. Yes.
Is it a type of redirecting
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
emotions?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, there is. I remember there is a kind of fun story, but I was working one day and one of the coworkers was very inhospitable to say the least, and she made me quite angry
Mhm.
with her attitude.
Mhm.
And so I remember at that time I was doing something similar that you said, like kind of observing them, but instead I was trying to redirect them. And so that day, I went on the heavy bag, and because I do some martial arts like boxing and Muay Thai, and I had the most brutal session ever. Like it was my complete PR, and I never trained this hard ever in my life, and I felt good, you know.
Yes, I mean, martial art Muay Thai is also a kind of meditation, you can say. It is much more somatic kind of thing. We can talk about it, but yeah, it helps to channel those rage and aggression that you have in a much more actionable way. You can say, like, meditation is much more passive, and martial arts are much more active in that sense. So yeah, sometimes, like, I used to do boxing a long time ago, and these days I'm much more into gym and all those things, general fitness, calisthenics, and all those things. And yes, these things help you to channel these kind of feelings that you have. And these are the aggressions that I was talking about, something from a coworker or something that you get from, you can say, day to day, activities. So yeah, like normal people, general people like us who have not a lot to say, I mean, they feel a lot more anxiety and a lot more aggression, and they must focus on these things a lot more than, for other persons who are like much more on a higher level in social or financial levels. So yes.
Yeah. How do you manage those unbeaten emotions?
uh, the first thing that I try to do is I try to sit with them. Like I don't try to avoid them. I try to let them pass. And by saying let them pass, I'm talking about uh, listening to them in a way that I'm having a conversation with it. That whatever those feelings are saying, I'm trying to listen to them, and I try to see what I can do about it. Like sometimes you can do something about it. Some of the things are in your control, and you can work upon it, and you can have some dialogue with them. And some of the feelings are very outward, and those are not actually your emotions, but those are the byproduct of someone else's emotions, or more like a reaction to someone else's emotions that you have, like even like in the form of trauma. So I mean, you have to understand which one are coming from you, which one are coming from outside. And for the outside, you can't do anything about it. So you have to kind of like have the humility to accept, okay, fine, those things are not in your control, and you have to let it go. So yeah. So what about you?
Yeah. What about me? About
How
what?
how do you kind of like channel these things?
Oh, if it um, like I said before about the hitting the heavy bags or training,
Mhm.
that's very good one. But uh, usually I do something similar to you, like
Mhm.
observing them and kind of boiling myself in those emotions. But when it becomes like rare occasion where it becomes very intense, usually it kind of like, and I don't know what does it depend on. Maybe it's because of many years of meditation or something, but it kind of like becomes instinctive. Is that something kicks in, and I kind of get tunnel vision, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean by tunnel vision exactly?
So like it's not the visual tunnel vision,
Mhm.
but it's more like when the let's say someone was a real unscrupulous fella to me, and he really made me angry, like super angry, what usually happens is that I get tunnel vision in the focus level, meaning that I will just strongly focus on that kind of anger,
Mhm.
but it's like everything else is a background noise, but just this anger, that kind of feeling. And usually, I mean, it's it have never really been a helpful thing for me, because I will usually not be able to kind of I mean, don't get me wrong, I will not lash out at anyone, but I will usually not be able to process whatever anyone is saying, because I will be too focused on that anger.
Mhm.
That's why I said tunnel vision.
Okay.
Everything else is dark background
So
noise.
when you focus on them, do you try to suppress them, or how do you try to uh, take control of it? Like how do you move when you have these kind of anger issues?
Hmm. When it comes to that level of intensity, there is no longer a question of suppressing, because you're already way past that.
Yeah.
But of course, if it's minor, yeah, not no, even if it's minor, don't really try to suppress it. I kind of try to I mean that's why I was using the example of boiling, because it's not really what I'm trying to do with it, but it's the closest I can come up with. But it's something like I try to enjoy it, boiling, boiling
Hmm.
emotions. I try to enjoy that.
So you do that by Muay Thai and boxing in general.
No, no, that I do to expulge them,
So
expulge
so
those
so how do you enjoy
feelings.
it?
That's a very complicated thing to explain. It's more like it's almost like we will have to break down those break down those emotions. Specifically with the anger, we can break it down to two components, right?
Hmm.
There is emotion component and there is the sheer intensity
Hmm.
of the anger. So what I try to do is I try to enjoy the intensity part, not the negative emotion part of the anger. It's like going down in that carousel. Have you been to a carousel before?
Maybe once or twice. I mean, if I remember my childhood correctly, maybe yeah, once or twice. Yes, like the one in the theme park,
So you
right?
remember that? Yeah, 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 yeah. Theme park. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Yes. So you're saying like those feelings come in waves, kind of thing.
no, 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 no. That's not what I'm saying. First of all, those emotions don't come randomly. It's only extremely rare if someone really works his
Mm-hmm.
bum off to make me pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they come. And the second of all is uh, it's not about the waves. It's about you, or at least me. I am focusing on them, and when I focus this much on them, it's hyper ultra focus. And when that happens, it gives me the same feeling as it gave you when you were sliding down on that carousel.
Okay.
Intensity.
Okay.
It's I don't I don't really feel joy out of it. I cannot say that I feel joy out of it. I cannot say that I feel sadness or anger out of it. I just feel that pure intensity out of sliding into the
Okay.
carousel.
So
That kind of feeling.
so how does it feel? How does those emotions feel to you?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They don't feel anything. It's just intensity, pure intensity. That's what it feels
Okay.
like. They don't feel anything. No joy, no
Okay.
anger or anything. Just phew, you know.
Okay. Some sort of adrenaline rush, if we can say that, that you have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be a very close description to that. Still not the same, but very close description to that. Yeah,
Okay.
adrenaline kind of rush. Yeah,
Okay.
very much so. I would say so. And I was wondering one thing in particular. Do you have any belief that limits your growth?
Hmm. Any belief that limits my growth? Hmm. A good question though, and I think like I have certain beliefs you can say that limits my growth, and that is the framework. Sometimes I think like, okay, the only way I can grow is if I do certain steps, that I follow a particular path, then only I can kind of like get uh, I can grow in that thing. And that is much more like a logical fallacy that I'm not saying like I have completely overcome it, but it has some traces in me still, that I feel that if I do it in a certain way, then only I can kind of like reach to certain place. And I think like that's now like how life works. You have to kind of like be much more active to the present than to the concept of past and future. Like you can kind of like make a plan. You can make a uh, I mean, I don't believe in plans. Like I just don't follow plans. I prefer more in goals. Okay, I have a goal, and there are different ways that I can reach them. But still, I have this notion that I get too much involved with the framework, and it kinds of like yeah, this belief limits my growth in certain way. But yeah.
So what's the difference here is that you said if I don't do certain steps,
Mhm.
then that's your limiting belief that you will not succeed. How is that different from a plan if I don't follow ABC?
Yeah, plan is much more. I mean, they both are kind of like same thing. I won't say like they are completely different thing, but plan is much more. You can say a more concrete evidence. You can call it like it is the same thing. I'm not going to say that it is a different thing, but in my opinion, plans are much more. Uh, Much stronger than having a belief and thinking that a framework like plan is different from framework in the sense that plan is too rigid, we can call it. But uh, but
Yeah.
yeah, but beliefs are kind of like a bit fluid. It's not plans are much more objective, you can say. I mean, it's not much more subjective, you can say. So like if I make a plan, it is much more depends on my own idea of how I am going to achieve it. It has nothing to do with beliefs. But the framework, when you work towards something, that is much more you can call it objective. Like what framework I am following, there are a lot of people following, and that is much more related to your own conditioning and your own psychological blend of how you have kind of lived your life. So that depends much more. That is deep rooted in your own upbringing, culture, and all those things. Plan has nothing to do with all those things. You can make like I can make a Swedish plan, I can make a European plan to achieve a certain goal. It has nothing to do with my belief. I can be like believing anything, but I can make any kind of plan. But when we talk about beliefs, they are much more deeply rooted into our own psyche. So yeah, it comes from much more from my own
That makes
psyche.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So what would be your guiding principles in life in that case?
uh, my guiding principle:
Mhm.
live and let live. And
I mean, that's it.
yeah, and to each their own. I mean, I believe in these two things. Yeah, I mean, these are kind of like a very nuanced guiding principle, you can say. That you don't have to be too rigid with everything to get to a point, because sometimes some plans are only for ourselves, but sometimes when we make plans, or like when we try to not make plans, but sometimes when we try to achieve a goal, there are a lot of people involved in it. So you have to understand that every person works with their own functionality, with their own way, and you don't have to kind of like mold them into your way of thinking, and give them that freedom to just let them work, and you work alongside with them, and try to see where the gaps are, have a conversation about those gaps, understand those gaps, and yeah, you can kind of like achieve a lot of things doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Where would be the limit for how far you can go with this kind of principle? Let's say, live and let live, and to each their own. Uh, where would be the
Yeah,
limit?
until the other person is not trying to do something that is going to harm someone else. No, someone is trying to perform an action, someone is trying to do something that is the primary reason of someone is getting hurted or someone is getting affected. Until that happens, I mean, yeah, you can kind of like have your own life and you can live it. So like if you see in the current world scenario, like there are a lot of actions that are happening that is affecting a lot of people in general, like daily people, like working class people in general, that they have to suffer through a lot of things, and I cannot be silenced on these things. I mean, I cannot do a lot. I mean, there are kind of like these things are on a much more global level, but yeah, I can raise my voice. I can speak about it, and whenever I get the chance, I try to just don't be that neutral. I try to raise my voice in any way I can, be it some sort of protest, or be it some sort of you know uh, movement. Like even if I can give some sort of charity, I try to do what I can do.
Yeah, then that's all we can do, right?
Yeah.
Do our best, and
Yeah, I mean,
that's it.
the thing is like everyone has the power to do something, and we don't understand like how much even of a small action can cause the effect. So we have to be in a situation that no matter whatever action we take, even if it is like a very minute action from your side, you should not try to avoid it and you should take it, because that's how you have this capacity to bring the change. Like even if it is very small, even if it is like a penny of a work, just do it.
I usually say something to the extent of it is the smallest details that makes the biggest difference.
Yes, yes, and they do, because it's like a machinery. Even if a it's a very small nut or bolt kind of thing, but it is going to affect the whole machinery. So you are not small, and your actions are not that small. You can bring some changes through your own. But yeah, I mean, as I said, like even in that case, to each their own. Like everyone can have their own way of doing things, and I mean, I don't force people, but I try to uh, request people that whatever they can do, they should do.
Fair enough, fair enough.
How about you?
Let's
In that
hmm?
case, like, how about you? What about what's your view on this question?
On the guiding principles.
Yes,
What's my guiding principle?
yes.
I would say my guiding principles are very, very much in alignment with one of the ancient warriors of Japan, Miyamoto Musashi.
Hmm.
You know him, right?
Yes, yes, I know him.
Yeah. And basically, he said, think lightly of yourself, but deeply of the world.
Hmm.
So I love that very much. And yeah, I resonate with that a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good. So that's my guiding principle. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world.
I mean, yeah, it is
Yeah.
a good principle. Like, this is also one of my principle too, but in a very different way. But yeah, I mean, I try to follow the path of the warrior in my own way. So, I mean, yeah, I can kind of like agree with you on this point. Think lightly of your own and think deeply of the world.
Yeah. Yeah. That he later developed that after, after being undefeated, but then he realized that it doesn't give him the necessary growth,
Yeah.
inner growth.
Yes. I mean, he
Because
did.
I'm
Yeah.
sure,
Hmm.
yeah, sorry.
No, no, continue.
Oh yeah, I was gonna just say that because we can kind of relate to this as both are martial artists,
Hmm.
and some martial artists can at some point get this ego, that
Yeah.
I'm a, you know,
Yeah. And yeah,
and there,
ego is in a way kind of like a mind killer kind of thing. Like you cannot completely detach from it, but you can in a way control it to understand the fact that it should not control you.
yes, 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 precisely. Is the same kind of principle with the mind as well. It should not control you. You should control the mind.
Yes.
And I was wondering, is there an experience that you believe everyone should have at least once?
Hmm. Yes, I do believe. And that is some sort of suffering of losing a loved one. You know,
Interesting.
yeah. This is a feeling that kind of like can change you on a very deep level, in the sense that you can have a profound growth in yourself, or it can tell you like what exactly are you made of. Like I'm not talking about like only in the sense of someone you love. Like even it could be some sort of dream, some sort of thing that you were like, okay, fine, I wanted to become this. Like let's say I wanted to become a world heavyweight boxer, or something happened and you kind of like lost that dream. So it is not only about the loved one in a way that I'm talking about some sort of inanimate object or animate object. I'm talking in the whole. Like it could be any kind of feelings, it could be any kind of goals, it could be like a person or anything. But yeah, you need to have that kind of experience one in your life, because that thing helps you to understand your own self. Because when something is taken, or like snatched from you, or something dies, I mean, you realize the meaning of life and what you have. Like,
Would
a-
that be correct?
mhm.
Hmm?
Would that be?
Sorry, my connection is a little bit low right now, but I said, would that be correct to assume it's something like extreme version of going outside of the comfort zone?
That would only happen when you have these kind of feelings. Then only you realize that you have to leave your comfort zone, to understand why you are feeling certain kind of things. And that is why, people when have these kind of feelings, some of the people go on a very different path. Some become very ascetic, and some people become very detached from the reality, and some people goes towards too much drugs or something like that, because these feelings pushes you into some other directions. But yes, I mean, like, whatever direction it pushes you, you need to kind of like be aware of why you are going in that direction. And once you have that kind of feeling, that kind of experience, and you work with it, I mean, yeah, it will tell you a lot about yourself. And I personally feel
Yes.
that when people goes through these feelings, we should not judge them, and we should kind of like help them to understand why they are going through these things.
Yeah, of course, 100%. There is a reoccurring joke in the martial arts community about that. I'm sure you probably heard of it, where a dude gets his heart broken and then he becomes a killer in the gym.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
That's one of those
yeah.
situations. Yeah.
I mean, I have personally seen that. I'm not only talking about like getting your heart broken, because yes, this is one of a very traumatic experience. But I was talking about in any sense, like, let's say some people have this feeling of that they could kind of like become very, uh, you know they go through some sort of very traumatic experience in their life, like losing their mother or father, or like losing some sort of their dream. And they kind of like get into this spiral of, okay, fine, why did this happen with me? And some people try to find the answer, and some people kind of like get completely broken. So I mean, it also tells you about, like, how much you can take the pressure. But yes, I mean, I personally believe that no matter whatever the outcome is, everyone must go through this feeling once in their life.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, does seem like it.
What about you?
Does seem a very for me, what I believe everyone should go at least once is the feeling of waking up one day
Hmm.
and actually, no, not that one. Sorry, I was gonna say something else. The finding a very isolated spot somewhere. If you can find it, it's a little difficult, I know, but if you can find it and go there and experience that kind of uh, like silence, far away from all the noises of the streets and all that stuff, and just inhale this fresh air. Maybe close to a lake or something like this. Usually close to a lake, there is a lot of kind of damp down of all this background noises, and that kind of silence. I think people should experience at least once because it kind of like puts things into perspective for you. Like, yeah, there is noise. Noise is just distraction, and then there is reality, which is this. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what is your connection with? How do you think like it could change people? Like, how does this kind of experiences change people according to you?
Mm. You know, they actually change them in a very similar way to what you described, actually, because just in a different path kind of
Hmm.
way. Because they also, when you're in that complete silence, away from any distraction, not just silence, but any distraction, any distraction,
Hmm.
you start to unravel a lot about what you have suppressed or ignored within yourself,
Hmm.
and that's when you have to work upon it in real time,
Hmm.
because now there is no distraction that will help you to ignore those problems you have within yourself. Now there is only silence and reality, so that way it will help them, change them, mm, make them better if they are receptive to the experience. If they're not, then not, but
Yeah.
yeah. So it's very similar to that kind of thing about getting um, losing something, right? It's similar to that, except here you're losing distraction,
Yes.
you know.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, understanding yourself is like working upon yourself is like the best thing you can do in your life. Like that could, like in my opinion, that is one of the best experiences you have, or the best moments of your life when you work upon yourself. Like no matter whatever that reason could be, maybe you want to work on a dream, or maybe you are going through these kind of experiences that we're talking about. But yes, if you work upon yourself, I mean that is like that is where you get that pure moments of joy and love for your own self. You learn to love yourself if you have that commitment that you are going to work upon yourself. If you have that commitment that okay, fine, you are trying to be a better person, or maybe like a much more grown person, you have to take the truth of working upon yourself by yourself, and it helps. Yes.
It becomes like an undiluted well, untainted well,
Yeah,
you can say.
it removes the illusion, that illusion of safety is not with you anymore. You realize okay, fine, you have your sword, you have yourself, and you are kind of like fighting the demons or like monsters, like whatever the situation is, on your own, and it makes you, I mean it builds you in some way. So yeah, I personally
Yeah.
believe that too. But yes, yeah, like
And the other thing, yeah, sorry.
yeah, I also think like when we have this kind of like profound knowledge or something, like all the people who have kind of like achieved that, they must try to kind of like pass that knowledge in some way or the other to other persons. Just put it in the open, so that there are a lot of people, because I believe that there are a lot
Sorry,
of.
I mean, you were
mm, am I correct now? Can you listen to me?
yeah, you were cutting off a little bit there.
Y-
Yeah,
yes. So yeah, I was saying like
we had a technical.
yeah. So yeah, I was talking about that when you go through these kind of things in your life, you need to try to help people who are not able to pass through those places, because there are a lot of people, like everyone is built on their own way, and as I said earlier, everyone has their own psychological blend and past life that sometimes for some people it is too much. So wherever we can kind of like provide the trail for them, some sort of path or some sort of help, yeah, we should be kind of like be available for the one who are not getting to that place. So yes, I mean it must be like, I'm not saying like you should always be alone. You should always, when you achieve something, you try to pass it to the community in some way or another. So yeah.
But it's a little difficult, is it not? Because not everyone can be a good teacher. Some people are just very bad at explaining things, you
uh,
know?
you don't have to be a teacher, but you have to. I'm not saying you become a teacher of someone who does not wants you to become a teacher. I'm saying that you need to pass that knowledge in some form, to the community. Like maybe you can just write a book, or like maybe just tell someone, or just write a blog, or do anything. But yeah, you need to have those things available for people who just don't know it, and the one who are trying to find about it, they will eventually come to you. As they say in the Eastern philosophy, When the student is ready, the teacher arrives. So yeah, I mean, maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
someone is
exactly.
my teacher, or like people, like there are a lot of people that I meet in general who try to help me in a very, sometimes in a direct way or sometimes in an indirect way. So I feel that yeah, I should pass, whenever I'm getting those helps, I must respect them by passing it along, to the community in some way or another. So like uh, like what we're trying to do in here, like it's not very big or something, but yeah, we are trying to kind of like get that knowledge out where for someone who kind of like has going through such sorts of thing, and they can learn from it, or they can take some notes from it if it helps them, or even if it does not helps them, they will be like, okay, fine, this thing is not helping them, so they might go and look into some other places. So yeah.
I can see that working with obvious things,
Hmm.
but with the less obvious things, such as, let's say, your inner experiences or something like this, that will be a little more difficult to just simply, in whatever way, impart this knowledge, you know?
Hmm.
You will have to be a little more methodical somehow, and that becomes a little more difficult.
Methodological, and in what sense you're talking about?
Like, let's say, for example, that one where you go and you find some sort of situation where it's silent, right? It's
Hmm.
silent and it's free from distraction. There's a lot of, I mean, not like that, but stillness kind of way. And okay, you go to that place. You can of course show people the way to that place, right? Like, yeah,
Hmm.
there is this lake here. You can go there. It's very silent, very nice, comfortable. But how are you gonna tell them what will happen after they sit there? Because the reaction could be adverse. They
Yes,
may,
yeah,
they may.
yes. That is what I was trying to speak about. That we can only take them to a certain point, and after that they have to find it all by themselves. So like when they are kind of like sitting there, we cannot do anything about it. But once they complete their sitting and once they come back, you can try to like ask them, or like that's where community and people come in. That once they have their experience, you need to have some conversation with them. Okay, fine, how was your experience, what are you feeling, and why, what makes you think that these feelings are helpful, or are they not helpful, or like in some other way, like not exactly even in that way, but yeah, they need to kind of like be you need to able to sit with them and listen to them. It's more about listening than it's about teaching.
I see. I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, to give them
Very well.
to give them the safe space, that they can think about their experience. Okay, fine, how we have what experiences they had, and they have this ability of faith in them, that they can find sit with you and they can talk about it, and you have that ability to listen to them without having the capacity to judge them, or try to impose your ideas upon them. Just sit with them and just listen to them, like what they are feeling in that sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way into itself, right? To be
Yeah,
able to listen,
yeah, yeah, exactly. To be able to listen.
just like just like we listen to music.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when sometimes we listen to classical music or something like that, we don't try to decode it. We just want to feel it. Okay, like what we are feeling. So in that sense, like okay, fine, it is not a music. Maybe their experiences are much more traumatic, and you are not liking it, but you have this capacity to just listen to it without making any sense out of it. People,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
people
True.
make sense by themselves. You don't have to uh, allow your sense to be imposed upon them. That would be some sort of manipulation in my sense. You have to just listen to them and let them decide what they want to decide. And yes, that is what I was talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. That's true. Shall we go into another topic
Yeah,
this
sure.
time, into space?
Yes, why not?
How about this? Is it necessary to explore outer space?
Uh,
in your opinion?
yes, yes, it is. Like, if you see the human history, not in the form of a civilization, but in the form of existence, we were always attached to the space. Like, even if you see pre-hunter era and all those eras, you can see all those drawings of stars and charts and all those things, and all these our idea of existence and meaning comes from looking up in the sky. So we were always kind of like connected to it, attached to it. So yes, why not try to have that introspection by looking to the things that we can when we have the ability. So yes, I mean, I personally believe that we must have more research in a space, more education about a space. People should learn about it, but yeah, not in the form of to 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 get something out of it, but to just know it. Sometimes there are some things that you just have to know. You don't have to do it for the sake of getting something out of it. It's like a love. When you love someone, you don't want anything from them. You just want to love them, or you want to love anything. So let's example, for example, if you love doing Muay Thai, you're not doing it because you want something out of it. You just enjoy it. So it becomes much more of a process that you want to love, you want to enjoy. You're not doing, I mean, yeah, sure, you can kind of like become something very big. Maybe 5 years from down the road, you might be some sort of a professional in Muay Thai. Who knows? You have something of your own. But even if it did not happen, it does not makes you, not love Muay Thai. You will still love it because you just love doing those activities. So I think like looking for outer space or probing on it is something like that, because it is an inherent part of life in general. Like, we love to look up to the sky. Like, nature in general loves this because it comes from that. We come from the universe. Our existence is kind of like connected to everything that exists in the universe at the same time. We are an organic being. We have those components. So yeah, I personally feel that what you are made of, just right, it is some sort of an introspection. Like looking at outer space, like learning of it, it is a type of introspection. Yeah, you are kind of like learning a very different kind of thing, but indirectly you can say you are experiencing yourself. So you are learning only about yourself in that sense. So yes, I personally believe that we should. What is
You
your
know,
view?
some people would.
Yeah, yeah, continue.
Mine.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can tell me.
mine
Yeah,
is.
you can tell me after telling about what you was trying to say right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was saying that you know, some people use argument of that why look inside outer space and try to be there when you still have made a mess out of this world right here.
Hmm.
How do you answer to those people? Hello?
You were cutting. You were cutting in between. Like, I have some issues with the network, but yeah, you can continue again. Sure, go ahead.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. It's still okay. Still functions.
Uh, it has a bit of issue, but I can listen to your voice.
Okay, okay. Let's hope it will improve. I was saying that some people use the argument of why should we explore outer space when you have made a mess out of this world we're here right now? Should we not improve this world here first? How do you answer to those people?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying to you. That when I say that we want to explore outer space, I'm not saying for the sake of going to that place, or or try to destroy our place. I'm saying just for the sake of doing it, not getting something out of it. The problem with current exploration of about all these things is that we want something out of it, but we need to have this acceptance. Okay, fine. Even if we don't get something out of it, we need to do it for the sake of doing it. But that does not mean that in order to do it you have to destroy everything that you have right now. It is about finding that balance, that you have to take care of the place that you are right now, along with you have to do that thing. It becomes too.
That's the thing.
Mhm.
That's the thing, right? You do have to be there if you want to explore it. Otherwise, you will just kind of dip your toes into the water, not real exploration.
Yeah, but right now the exploration is going more towards mining something or getting something out of it, and at that place, I believe that we need to kind of uh, uh, just not destroy our place for doing it for the sake of doing it. So let's say, for example, right now we are going through global warming, and some people have this idea that we need to kind of go to some other planet. I just believe that's completely not the correct way to approach this problem. Like, yeah, you need to solve these issues, but in order, while solving these issues or doing these things, you should not think that the solution is outer space. You should not study about space and universe for the sake of, okay, fine, this planet is dying and I'm only studying because I want a solution out of it. Just do it because you want to do it. I was saying in that sense.
So first fix the stuff here,
Yes, yes,
then
yes. First,
explore outer space. Yeah?
exactly. First to fix the bigger
Mm.
problem, and the bigger problem is our own environment and climate. But yeah, you can kind of do both the thing at the same time, but uh, just keep your priorities set while doing it. So you can kind of do the outer space exploration, all those things, but your priority must be to solve the global issues and all those things first. So yeah, it would be a bit slow
Yeah,
approach, but it would be a worthwhile thing to do, because it also
I
helps.
agree.
Yeah, it also helps in space exploration. Also helps in trying to monitor the environment in a whole way. Like, for example, when you try to probe different kind of when you try to make something out of space exploration, there are a lot of technologies that you can simultaneously use to solve the issue that are present in current scenario. So it is kind of like both are connected. So you can do both. It's not like one needs to be stopped in order to achieve the second. You need to find that balance to do the both. The solution is finding the balance.
So on your question, I think that we still should focus on here first, because, and this is something going back to what you said before, that we are still connected to the space, to the cosmos, right, and stuff like this.
Hmm.
So it's not necessary to go up there. You can just see the stuff here first. And there is a lot to see as well, because the oceans are still not fully explored. And there are a lot of places in the world that have almost like mystical power to them, which
You are cutting a
I,
bit right now.
so there is still a lot to see here, still a lot to improve here.
You are a
My bad.
yeah.
So you should, how much we are
Huh? You are kind of
testing,
there is
testing,
some.
testing, testing.
I mean, I can listen to your voice, but I cannot listen to. I cannot see your face. I mean, your face is kind of stuck at this point. There is some sort of network issue going on. Hmm.
Because I kind of start to not hear you as well, and you kind of froze for me.
Yes, I think the problem is from my side,
Oh,
and that is why you cannot see me or listen to me.
you're moving now. Yeah, you're moving.
Okay.
No, now I can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
now you're moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was I saying? I was saying something along the lines of that there is still a lot to fix here on this earth. There's a lot of places that we have not explored that have almost mystical energy. That's not everyone can explain. Um, Oceans, not every, I mean, majority of them have not been explored.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still a lot to do here, and anyway, when you explore here and make the most important, make this place a better place, not just exploration, but make it a better place,
Mm-hmm.
then inevitably the cosmos and all that stuff cannot be denied to you because it's out there anyway, you know?
Yes,
That's my
yeah,
take.
yeah, that is what I was saying initially, that when you explore outer space and when you explore yourself, you kind of like do the both. So, for example, when you are trying to explore the deep sea, like there are a lot of places on Earth that kind of like gives you some explanation about the outer space. So when we talk about exploring the outer space, we are talking about exploring our own Earth too, because it is part of that outer space, like it is part of the universe. So when you are trying to solve one problem, like everything is connected in a way that when you are trying to solve one problem, you are automatically helping to solve the other or giving some clues on how to solve the second. So I mean, we need to look into that mindset that we all are connected, and it is not like these two things are not completely different. These two things are like two sides of the same coin.
Well, they are not different, but the situation becomes very different because let's say there is a drought happening. Okay, you can go and look for what is it called, a comet or something, and
Hmm.
mine ice from there. But why go through all of this trouble when you can instead, maybe do what is it called? There's this specific technology they use in, I think, Asian countries where they make kind of a engineered cloud to give the rain.
Yeah, but that technology is not kind of like help to solve the problem of drought, uh, you know, drought or something. I mean, it is not made for that. That cloud seeding technology that we are talking about, that artificial rain, it is a very a local based use technology. You cannot use it to solve these kind of problems.
So how would it solve to go hunting for a comet, for
Yeah,
ice or
exactly.
something like
Yeah,
this
exactly.
in the outer space?
Yeah, that is what I was trying to say, that when you are working on a technology of mining something, you are working on a technology of also kind of like you can use the same technology to make some sort of canals or some sort of digging different ways to connect rivers or all those things. So you don't have to necessarily go to a comet, but using the same technology, you can bring the water to the places where there is no water. So let's say there is a drought at some place, but there is some river at some other place, and you have this kind of mining technology with you. You can use the same idea and same concept to create irrigable canal or something like that to bring that water to the people. So the thing is, like, you are using the same idea, same set of logics to solve one problem, but you don't have to necessarily go to a comet to do that. You can do, using the same technology, you can solve the same problem that is present in uh, on Earth. Your voice is not
On
audible.
Earth.
Huh? Oh, it's good now.
Hello, hello,
Yeah, yeah, it's good.
hello.
It's good now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you say on Earth?
Yes, on Earth.
Uh-huh. Did you on
Your voice is again kind of like in shambles right now. It's very muffled at the moment. Oh no, it's good.
Oh, yeah. Strange. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good now. It's good now.
Mm, okay. Okay, okay. Let's hope it stays good. I was saying that this is, yeah, precisely what I was saying, that it's better to fix things here first, or it's easier to do things here first rather than hunting into the outer space where there are many variables, much more than here to consider. Even if Earth and space are connected, there's much more variables in the outer space because the space is the macro and we are the micro.
Yeah. So when I said like when I was talking about this topic, I was talking more in the sense of learning about these things and what output you get out of it. You can use it at some other place. So when I gave you that example of irrigation, I mean there are a lot of different examples of space technologies that are being used in day-to-day life. So one of them is GPS. So GPS came out because we try to build satellites, and we realize, okay, fine, we need some sort of positioning of systems, and later on we use the same technology in our phones, in cars, and in remote areas where people might use it to find things. And in the same way, there are a lot of warnings that we get, preconceived warnings. So let's say there is some sort of flood coming on, we can get some early warnings, and that is because we continuously work upon technologies that are much more, related to space exploration. So I mean, these two things are connected. What I'm trying to say right now is, you don't have to completely use that. Okay, fine, we have global warming, we cannot kind of like survive it, so we must go to some other planet. We should not stop exploring it. We should kind of like keep it a bit back, but we must keep working on it in some way or another, like in some capacity and with some intensity. We must work on space exploration and all those things, but at the same times we must make our priority that we have to kind of like make our planet much better than what it was. Try to solve this global warming and all these other issues. We must make this our priority right now, because we only have one planet. We, no matter whatever we have to do, we can only do it from here. So we must make it an utmost priority for our survival. So, but in doing that, we must not stop everything that we are doing. You know, right now. That was my idea. Was.
Yeah, and that's precisely that, yeah, that's exactly the same here is what I meant by I never said we should stop exploring the space. I just said that, like you just said, priority here first. I mean, priority, and you can still continue to the space, but priority is here.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's very much so. Um, what do you think about, should authority always be respected?
Mm, I don't believe that authority needs to be respected. Authority must always be challenged. Authority must always be questioned. Authority must always be put into a place where it feels uneasy by themselves. Because if you don't question the authority, then it becomes authoritarian, in a sense that it becomes completely dictatorial, that people will feel like they have the absolute power, and you should always question the authority. Like in the first place, there, I personally believe there should not be any hierarchical authority. Always, uh, you can say a horizontal authority. There should never be a vertical authority kind of thing exist. There must always be some sort of a community based authority. Like people needs to be responsible for whatever positions they are in, and there should be questions all the time. So yeah, I believe that authority should not be respected.
That's interesting. Interesting take.
Yeah. What
On
what is your view on this particular topic?
uh, proven beyond any doubt, authority be trusted,
Your
not
voice is,
respected,
yeah.
but be trusted. But
Your voice is cutting again.
testing,
Yeah, it's fine now.
testing.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. Um, I think it's maybe because of the increased pitch or something like this. That's when it cuts off.
It could be.
I would
Yeah.
I will try to keep it linear. I'll try to keep it linear. But what I was saying was uh, the authority, whatever that authority is, the ones that are proven through trial and error
Hmm.
beyond any doubt,
Hmm.
they should be trusted, not necessarily respected, but trusted, because they still can have uh, mistakes.
Hmm.
And even when they're even when they're trusted, they should not be fully trusted, but kind of like uh, I guess in that sense you respected, but not necessarily trusted.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better to say it like that. They should be respected, but not necessarily trusted, because they can also make mistakes. But only the ones who are proven beyond doubt, like you have, let's say you're in some kind of fantasy world where there is a general,
Hmm.
and that general he fighting with you in all the wars. He's sleeping in the same tent as you. You saved his life. He saved your life 1,000 times over. If it's that kind of fantasy scenario, then yeah, I think you should respect him, but still you should, like you said, challenge his views, opinions, because he's still not infallible. You know.
Yeah.
Did you hear me, or were I cutting off again?
You are kind of like coming in and out, like it's kind of like it's stable and getting muffled, so it's kind of like a mixed thing. Like right now, you are again
Strange.
getting
That's so
disconnected.
strange.
Yeah, now it's good.
Testing, testing, testing. Okay, good,
Yeah, I
good,
mean,
good, good.
it was good, it became bad again.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Strange. Why is
Now,
this
yeah,
technical issue happens?
now it's good.
Okay, because I'm kind of looking at the bar of my internet connection. It's on a full green. Same with my
Oh,
laptop's internet
I think
connection.
the
It's
issue is
fully
from
operational.
my side, because my connection kind of like this time get too much of a heavy load maybe, so maybe it could be because of this. Yeah.
But I can hear you though normally. So
Oh,
it cannot be entirely on your side because I can hear you for now, at least for now. So,
yeah, I mean,
strange. But yeah, we can. Uh, I mean, yeah, we can try to wrap it up a little bit, of course.
yeah, I mean,
Otherwise, the connection will get worse. But on that same topic, what do you think? What do you think, according to you, is the important quality of a leader?
an important quality of leader is the person who has the ability to, you can say, empathy towards everyone. He sees every soul equally, like no matter whether you are from any place, whatever you do, he has the empathy to listen to you and to understand you, who can sit with heart, yeah,
That is
who can sit with hard feelings without judging, or without trying to make a decision out of it, because the purpose of leader is to lead and not to dictate. Because if a person start dictating a herd or start dictating a group, he becomes a dictator, he does not lead. Leader needs to be neutral and detached from those feelings, and he needs to have that compassion, that humility, that yeah, he is here to help people, but not to kind of like be some sort of authority. And that is why I have always issues with authority, that I just don't believe that you need authority to do something, because you can eventually do it. You are the part of nature, you are part of this mother earth, and you can do everything. So yeah, you can do all these things, you have all the knowledge, you just need a container, you can say, to kind of like a framework to work through those things. And the quality of leader is to help you to understand those frameworks and understand the community and what the problems are, and that could only happen if you have that kind of empathy and compassion and humility towards every kind of soul that exists in the world, you know to see things without judging them, you can say.
kind of like be a bullseye type of thing, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, you can say. I mean, like if you talk about one character that kind of like highly motivates me in that sense, I could say that it is K- Krishna, you can call him. Krishna is one of the person, like I see a person should be like to be a leader, to have those qualities, to have that compassion, to have that empathy, to uh, have that capacity to take the tough decisions when it is required, but without being tough. No, he was always soft, but he has the capacity to take any kind of action. So you need to be soft, you need to be understanding, but you need to have that kind of awareness of your own self or awareness of everything. So yeah.
It's true. That is true. Let's say, for an example, okay?
Hmm.
An example is you have 100 days left to live.
Hmm.
How do you spend them?
I mean, I would spend it the same way I'm spending now, to working towards the thing that I want to work, and I don't want any.
Doing podcast.
Yeah, doing podcast, trying to find the solutions that I'm looking for, helping people who are around me. Because I mean, yeah, it is decided that I only have 100 days, so the confusion within me has gone. I know exactly. Okay, fine. This is the date I'm going to depart this place. So why to think about anything else than completely involve yourself into the things that you are doing? Why to try to find an escape out of it?
True.
So yeah, I mean, I would do, but I would,
Yeah.
but now I would do it with much more acceptance. That okay, fine, this is what I'm going to do, and fine, yeah, let's do it. Let's play some more guitar. Let's write
Yeah.
some more music. Let's help some more people. Let's you know go meet people. Do all these things that I can do in within 100 days. So yeah, I would do all those things. Let's make some more podcast.
Because now the distraction have vanished. Yeah, completely.
Yeah, the distraction has gone. I mean, I am comfortable with the concept that okay, fine, this is my day and I can't do anything about it. So yeah, just do what I can do in between. All the tasks that I'm doing, I must do it with much more, acceptance.
Yeah. And on that note,
What about you?
it will be a last. Huh?
What were you saying?
What about me?
Yeah.
Uh, no, no, I was just gonna say I was gonna ask you the last question from me. Then, if you have more questions for me, we
Oh
can
no,
still
yeah, I
uh,
can. I wanted to
discuss it.
know your view on this.
Yeah. My view on this is if I have 100 days left to live, mm, I think I would just drop everything
Hmm.
and I would just walk, walk as far as I can walk. Um, in that way, in that way, it would be kind of reckless, but I would just walk and yeah, kind of try to see more sights and imbibe more natural wonders by simply walking. Because unless of course I have unless I have the money to kind of travel further, but if I don't, I will just drop everything,
And
walk,
walk.
and yeah, yeah, just like that. Walk, and that's it. And see what kind of, you can say kind of that way, kind of intensify my meditation even further by simply walking, finding some good nature to sit in, meditate there, find some food for a short while, then continue walking, walking, walking until the end of my 100 days. Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of. Why do you want to walk? Like, why do you want to go to the farthest place? What is the idea behind it?
Because there is no idea. It's just that there is a certain when you're walking, when you are not never settling down. From my experience, there are certain untetheredness that happens, meaning that you're not tethered to, okay, let's say your community, your if you're a really hardcore walker, not even your country or your ethnicity or whatever, you kind of get the feeling of that, just as we were talking about in the beginning, that complete non-distraction, the raw experience of it,
Hmm.
the real deal. That's what That's what walking is for me.
Hmm.
You're becoming untethered, not entirely, but it the difference, like for me, the difference between meditation and doing this kind of walks, and not all of the walks, but specifically walks in nature, that should be a very clear distinction I'm making here. Not walking on the streets of your city, not walking in a club or something like this, or party club, not walks
Your voice is kind
like
of
that. I'm
like
talking
getting
about
muffled again.
walks late. Testing, testing.
Yeah, I mean it is.
My
Yeah, it's
voice
fine.
is better.
I mean it's fine now. Yeah, it's fine now. Yes.
Okay, let's hope it stays this way.
Hmm.
Does it stay?
Yeah, it is fine now.
Still good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying that continue walking, and that way it becomes, yeah, that way you become untethered. Not entirely untethered, but it's the difference between that and meditation is that um, meditation will kind of give you deeper experience, but it will give you deeper experience in almost a non-direct way. But walking in nature will give you experience the direct way.
Hmm. Yeah, it makes sense.
And that's why there is a lot of I mean, my two idols, the Leif Erikson and Ibn Battuta, who were two of the greatest travelers and explorers the world has ever seen. One of them said something on this, and he said that the one who lives sees, but the one who travels sees much more,
Oh yeah, I can
which
see
is
that
true.
in your profile bio.
Yes,
Yes.
that's in my profile bio.
Who said that?
That's why it's there. It's from Ibn Battuta.
Oh, okay.
He said that, and it's because. Sorry, what?
Oh no, I was saying okay. Uh,
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And the last question from me would be, what do you think about growing a human in a lab? What's your thought on this?
Oh, I think we should stop trying to pretend becoming God or something. Like I just don't believe that God in a way that people try to understand it. But I think like we should kind of like think about it, like have some understanding of exactly what we are before going into that direction. Because knowledge comes with a responsibility, and we think as a human we are not responsible enough. We have to still learn a lot about our own self, about our own feelings, and until we are onto that level, I personally feel we should not try to do those things.
Yeah. Do you think a human grown in a lab, does it have consciousness? Do you think?
uh, yeah, you are trying to kind of like replicate a person, so consciousness would be there. Because there is this cloning that's going on, we have the power of cloning. Like we cloned a sheep, and it was working exactly like the set of functionality was the same as a sheep. Like there might be some sort of problem, but there was it was working on the same set of logical principles, logic and principles as a normal ship would do, and we have the power to kind of like do the same. Because we are not growing, we are replicating. So when we replicate something, we bring those properties, it comes automatically to it. So I think we can kind of like do it, but we should try to avoid it.
Did they not had a problem with cancer cells? Some those sheep.
Oh, they had that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like initially there was some problems, but once you kind of like do it again and again, You can kind of like make it perfect, but there are a lot of ethical issues that I think we should try to look into it before trying to go along that path. There is a lot of work that we have to do ethically, morally, and also spiritually on our own self before we go and look into these questions or these kind of experiments. I mean, I'm not opposed of it, but I believe that we are not yet at the position to do it. We need at least more 100 years around to to understand these things to get to that point.
What would be the dangers? What would be the dangers of, let's say,
Oh, you are cutting again.
someone sit in food grown in human lab? What do you think the danger of doing that prematurely?
Uh,
Oh, sorry,
yeah, premature.
testing,
Yeah,
testing.
it is kind of like cutting again. Let me see.
Uh,
Hmm?
uh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I was saying, what would be the dangers of doing these things like growing a human in a lab prematurely without
Uh,
on ourselves?
yeah, the most important is once you kind of like grow a human in a lab, like you do some sort of cloning with a human, he's going to go into the outer world. He's going to be kind of like get connected to some people socially. So, what social rights does he have? What kind of genetic implications that it can have? What kind of how are we going to incorporate him into our current gene pool? Like all those sorts of things. And the other problem is like, let's say the experiments fail. Who is responsible for it? Because once you kind of like bring him into the world, there might be some sort of new kind of issues that can originate. How are you going to solve it? So like these are the initial problems, but yeah, I mean, I kind of like think there could be much more deeper problems that I'm not aware of right now. So what do you think about
Yeah, yeah. It's a very,
so what do you think about like what is your view
growing
on
human in a
yeah,
lab.
yeah.
What do I think about growing human in a lab?
Hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello?
I can listen to you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. You asked me what I think about growing human in a lab, yeah? It seems like there are technical issues because I cannot hear you.
Oh, I was saying yes. I'm asking the same question that you are.
Hello?
Can you listen to me now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hmm.
You're cutting off for me. But yeah, I was saying that, yeah, my thoughts on it is growing human in a lab. That's almost going all the way into uncanny valley or something because it becomes almost surreal, you know?
Hmm.
It becomes kind of strange. And I don't think that you can kind of grow consciousness in a lab like that. I think consciousness is more than just simple awareness, you know? So whatever that human is, I cannot say for sure that okay, this is not a human but some sort of creature. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but I'm not sure what that thing is in the lab, you know. I cannot
Correct.
say for certain.
So, so yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think like it would be conscious. I'm going with the part that it is going to be conscious because the sheep was conscious. The sheep that they kind of like cloned in the lab, it was conscious in a way that it was acting as the same way as any other sheep could work. I mean, yeah, she had some sort of cancer issues and other kind of issues, but it does not deny the fact that she was working. Her working functionality was same as any other sheep. She has all those things. I mean, yeah, I think like it would be conscious and it would be like us, but I just don't know that we are kind of like ready for it.
That will be like a question then. What is consciousness then? Because to me, what you described about the sheep sounds more like a normal biological faculties and the normal like basic mental awareness.
I mean, yeah, what is consciousness is a question in itself. Like, it is a complete different topic to kind of like discuss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
we we need
We can
another,
do it.
yeah, we need another 2 hours to discuss only about consciousness and the questions that can come out from
Yeah,
it. So yeah.
yeah, we can do it another time. Yeah, but yeah, that was my last question. Unless you have more questions for me, be my guest.
uh I mean, I don't have any question for you right now because we kind of like our idea was to have a common question and work upon it. So I mean, I did not came with some questions, but I was like, okay, fine, let's see how the conversation grows, and we can have the questions in between, and kind of like worked. It kind of worked in that sense.
Yeah, yeah, it was very much, you know, it was okay. Nothing bad except technical issues, but we cannot do much about it. But other than that, it
Yeah,
was
I mean that is not in our control.
very much. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
In that case, you know what's up, guys. Like and subscribe, and yeah, we will be doing this every week. Introspective interconnection. We're
Yeah,
out.
thank you guys for seeing this, and yeah, thank you Zen for calling me and giving me the chance to speak my mind. Yeah.
Thank you, Roni.